and welcome to this episode of Scrapyard Choppers. I'm Ronnie Danger. On this episode, we're going to be getting my hearse hopefully back on the road for the first time since May, or whenever I pulled the motor out, stick it in the Chevette and blow it up. Let me throw it back all the way to the beginning when I got this car, just so you know where we're coming from, so you can really appreciate where we're going, which is hopefully Hearsefest. And we got to thrash and get this motor together. Now, when I first got this hearse, it was a mess. Primer gray, which is my least favorite color. It did run and drive though. We did some donuts out in the field. The inside smelled terrible, and I mean terrible. We found some weird things in there. It had seen a lot of outside days. It actually is a California car, pretty clean other than where it got hit in the door. It had an old tired 472 in it and a turbo 400 that left me stranded the first time I tried to drive the car. So we ripped that out, decided we're putting a big block Chevy in it, put a Crown Vic front subframe underneath it, and then ran into trouble building the motor, so we slapped my LS motor in it, which took 2 weeks to figure out why it wouldn't run, which was crazy because this is like a simple build, not so simple. So, slapped the LS motor, we painted it, we kind of cleaned the interior up, we pushed it to Hurstfest last year, so this year, we're getting this big block done right. Let me go ahead and kick it to myself, showing you where we're at on that. Alright, over here putting my motor together, finally. I bought this crank, it's turned 20 over. We had an issue with getting main bearings, because our rod bearings had really tight clearances. We wanted our main bearings to match, so we had to go through a few different companies until we ended up with these ones. But we got Eagle rods. We got these sealed pro pistons. These are 60 over pistons. So the block's 60 over, so it's a 468, which is really cool because when I was in high school, the truck I drove in high school had a 468 in it. It's been a long time since I had a big block Chevy in my life, and I'm really excited to have another one. We got Howard's cam. This is a Rattler cam. It's the middle one. It's gonna sound epic. We're ready to put the heads on. I just wanted to bring you in and show you this. I really didn't want to get too in-depth into the motor build because, yeah, it's just not the video for it this time. I think when we build something really badass in the future, we'll definitely film it all. We got our stock big block Chevy heads. These ones have been gone through. They've had some port and polish work done to them, so they flow better than just a regular old head. Nothing crazy. This combination, probably thinking around 500 horse. Without an issue. Gonna run pretty good. Make this old hearse fly. Let's put it together, put it on the engine break-in stand, break it in. I'll let you hear the first fire up. I keep forgetting my dang tripod, so it's hard to do like a time lapse or something of me building this motor. I just really need to get it together. We got like 2 weeks to Hearsefest. This motor needs to be in the car, running and driving. Hopefully by this weekend. That'd be great. Okay, jump ahead to that Friday. I actually got the motor together. We get on the run stand. We're going to break it in. Breaking the motor in is the most nerve-wracking 20 minutes of a hot rodder's life. That's for sure. 8:25.
Ready?
Yep. All right, we just had to shut it down. It started getting hot. For some reason, the water is not going where it's supposed to go.
You got an air pocket.
And we are leaking oil. I'm really confused on where it's coming from. So it's like coming down the side of the block right there. I can't decide if it's coming out of there, but there's something. See the line down the side of the block?
Right there?
Yeah. Or it's coming out of right there.
I think right there. You missed your silicone.
Yep. You want to fucking let it sit till tomorrow? And
You can, I mean, it's warm. You need to get that thermostat to open.
yeah, we might have a stuck thermostat. It is late. That fucker's loud. Did it drop?
Mm-mm. That should have circulated the coolant. Like this, you know what I mean? This.
Yeah, that bypasses the thermostat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should circulate. I'm gonna start it back up for a second, see if it'll bring some water.
All right. I'm gonna watch where I missed with my silicone. Junk thermostat.
Sounds like it might have just opened.
Oh, let me tighten up these bolts some maybe. We're just leaking.
That's a lot hotter right there.
We think we might have a gauge issue. Because that is on the back side of the 100. So that means it's gone all the way around. It only ran for 2 minutes. It should not be that hot. And we can hear water circulating. So we're pretty sure the thermostat is open. In other notes, I fixed my oil leak. We are not dripping anymore. We got the temp gun on it.
Yeah, I see. It's pretty hot right there. I think that's because it's so close to the exhaust. You should probably put it up here.
All right.
And be more accurate.
Hopefully we didn't break it.
What, the gauge?
Yeah.
Just some shit you had laying around for a run stand.
Yeah, this is Bob's run stand. Tank right here that holds water. It goes in the bottom, comes out the top. And then runs out into the lawn. So it always keeps it cool. And this is the big block. Good old 468 all together. Sounds pretty good. It's like 9 o'clock at night, so we aren't going to run it too much more. But we're going to move a gauge in the morning. I'm going to get another thermostat just in case. We ran it for 2 minutes. So 18 more to go. See you in the morning. Little too low. That was it though. 20 minutes.
Let's check some spark plugs and then your timing weights.
Sweet. So how come you kept idling her up and down and shit when we were doing the...
It makes the lifter spin and keeps good oil to the top, and you don't want it to just sit there at one speed, more or less.
Alright.
Check temperatures on the tubes, everything seems pretty equal. This one here is a little bit warmer than the rest, but nothing crazy.
Seems like a good healthy motor.
Yeah, time to like dial it in now that the cam's broke.
Yeah, 20 minutes of the most nervousness that I've been in a while. Good old breaking in a motor.
It's go or blow though, you know, it's either gonna work or it's not.
Yeah,
But
I get that. It's a lot of money if it doesn't.
it's 10-4.
And we gotta, this has to be in a car and driving to a show a week from the day.
Week from today, you gotta go.
Yep. I think
You should make it. No more oil drips.
Yep, fix the oil leak. Fix all our fuel leaks for everything I didn't tighten. Yeah, it sounded good. Alright, pull cap. There's some weights under here that swing out at RPMs, and I think it's coming out at the wrong RPMs, so we're going to change some springs, check the plug, make some adjustments. I'd say it's a lot rich. Especially after we put exhaust on it.
You wouldn't be able to drive it.
Yep. Let me show you these. These are the weights we're talking about. And these are the springs we're going to change.
This controls your timing advance. So like the later you want it, the heavier spring, the earlier, the lighter spring. And that's why I sound real choppy at higher RPM, because it wasn't stable. And then you get way in the RPM, and then it would stable out because the timing was at full advance then.
Alright, we dropped jets in the carburetor, changed some springs. Hopefully it's less gassy in here now. Bart says you better hit that subscribe button and check out some of the sweet Hearse shirts we got down below. This is our shop cat. He's a baby. He wants to go somewhere.
Probably just gonna leave it there because it's gonna change once you put the exhaust on and everything. You're probably gonna reset the idle mixture and everything.
Yeah, everything will change.
Then you'll have to take some test hits and see what it really is doing.
One wheel peels for 3,000 feet. That's what it's going to be doing.
Big land yacht.
7,000 pounds. It could be a no prep car. I bet that thing would hook like a son of a gun. You could put 12-inch tires underneath the back of it, just about.
You might need a blower to keep up with the cars nowadays.
Yeah, there's probably 4,000 pounds over the rear axle, so it'll hook.
Right. Let's see which fires we at. I'd say you're ready.
Sweet. Let it cool down a minute. Slap her in the back of the Elko and head on home.
You putting her in tonight?
Yeah, that's the plan. I got to paint it first. After I'm done painting it, I'm going to put it in.
Sounds like a good deal.
I don't think we have to pull anything off except the headers and the hoses and the carburetor. I wonder how long this would stay like this. That is definitely the wrong pulley.
It worked for 30 minutes of running.
Yeah, and free revving. I'm surprised. It was on the figure 8 car like that.
Yeah, well, a couple times when I whacked it, we had about 4,500.
It was turning 6,500 with the figure 8 car like that. Didn't come off. Found a couple small oil leaks, just some dumb things I didn't have tight. Normal things.
Seems to start better with the lower jets too.
Yeah, I think it's overall happier. It sounded better. When you were just idling, like keeping steady RPMs, it sounded way better.
Yeah. Some of that has to do with the timing too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was jumping around. Now it's stable exactly where we want it. Just 36 degrees.
36 degrees of timing.
Yeah, that's where I got it. Yep.
Alright, I'm going to tear this thing down. Hopefully you get it painted, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's painted. That's boring. I don't think you want to watch that. Just me taping a lot of things off and hitting it with spray paint. And then, yeah, putting it in. First ever load in the back of the El Camino. This is... That was as bad as I thought it was going to be. We're only sagged out a little bit. We need to,
Good to go to Florida.
yeah. I drove an S10 that was slammed with a freaking big block in the back of it, pretty much on the bump stops all the way to Ohio one, so. Oh, it was sitting on that. Oh, we dropped a little more.
It was sitting on the trailer. You might want to tie up the trailer brake harness because it's definitely dragging the ground now.
Good thing I only got to go 5 miles. Alright, last time you seen the motor, we were putting it in the back of the truck. Or, well, car, truck, whatever you want to call it. I tore off all the front accessories. We're going to paint this thing. Any guesses what color? I'll give you a hint. The oil pan's already half done. Yeah, I want to do this orange because the rest of the engine bay is black and I want it to stick out. So I've been sanding and cleaning up rust, and yeah, it's been a thing. So now I'm going to tape everything off and we're going to get to spraying. Of course, you know, I got to clean the motor off with some of this. Let me take you over and show you what everybody else has been doing while I've been building the motor. First off, this was like a bunch of different colors, looked like crap. Sanded it all down and got it painted all the way around. The cool part is I painted in here. I'm trying to show you too much inside there because that's the cool part. Painted this whole back door. We're going to cover it up with fabric. We got the fabric. Now my dad is the one that's really been cooking along. Look at that. All the way around. Looks like a boat in here. It's awesome. He's been killing it. It really all flows together. We got to make a lot to go though. Got to make these pieces. There's a piece that's going to go across here. Got to make some pieces down there. The divider is out. There's supposed to be a divider in there. Chelsea and my dad pulled that out today, so they're going to make that out of wood. We got the other door panels off. Pulled these out. This thing stinks if you leave it shut up. So a lot of it has to do with what's in the doors and this carpet, which is going to go. Whatever we get done before Saturday is whatever it's going to be for the rest of this fall. This winter, we're going to do a lot to finish this car. So let's keep moving on this motor. Set you up, let you watch me tape some things off. Exciting, I know. And start painting. I'm excited to get this motor painted. I'm going to drop it in tomorrow morning. Hopefully, well, tomorrow after church, I should say. Hopefully, get it close to being started and then start it on Monday. I'd like to have this thing on the road on Monday. That would be sweet. So we can start tuning it. Even though they're still working on the interior. Then just have to calm her down, because if it don't drive to the show, it's not going. Pretty good looking. Got some work to do up in here. Just some spots the paint didn't get to. Got to also clean up this edge. We can do with some thinner. Not a big deal. Overall, I think it turned out pretty good. We got a black water pump, black pulley, black alternator bracket, about to be black. I mean, I added a little skull to it. Just a little tack weld, and bend it to shape. We'll paint this black and then we'll grind all the paint off the top of that and clear coat it. Let this dry till tomorrow and then we'll start putting the motor in. That's probably what you see next. I'm gonna put the water pump back on, some other stuff back on it, and then that way it's good to go. Alright, I'm back at it the next day. Got everything painted. Let's make this guy stick out a little bit. Also, it's just time for all the detail work. I'm not an artist when it comes to this kind of stuff, but I got myself a black paint marker and I want inside these fins to be black. I don't know how good this is going to work, but it's doing the thing. I already taped this end. Seems to be working pretty well, actually. I mean, who knows what's going to happen when this gets hot. But yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that. So these are all black. I got to tape off this end so I don't mess it up on the end. I'm going to get this black. Then we're going to do the center of this the same color as the motor. Should look pretty cool. But first, let's go ahead and make this guy shiny. Okay, this is pretty simple. We got a brand new sanding disc. Now when you're doing this, you want to keep in mind, if you look at your sanding disc, it has an edge, kind of like this. You want to keep that as flat as you can on this. We don't want to get into this piece at all, and I really don't want to dig the black out of the edges. I just want to do the top. This is also curved. Yeah, this isn't the easiest thing to do. Oh, you gotta plug in the grinder too. That's like step 3 or something. Where's the plug? Normally I have gloves on too because I don't have a shield on this, but for this little bit we're doing, we'll be alright. You should probably have a shield or gloves on when you're grinding. Now look at that. Okay, for a lot of people that would be good enough. But for me, we're gonna get a little crazy with it. A little hard to see on a piece this small, but I was trying to get some swirl into it. You can kind of give it like a little bit of almost dimension to it. But all I'm going to do is shoot this with some clear. It's probably going to rust eventually, and that's perfectly fine. That's going to look sweet. Just a little secret kind of hidden detail. All right, let me clean this off, clear coat it, and we'll get back to running some stripes. Alright, I thought I'd bring you in here close to my process so you can really see what's going on. I'm resting my marker on that. And see, I kind of brought it up to go around this. And then I'm going to change positions. Of course, this is the hardest one because it's got the ring in it. So then I'm going to work this down and just basically make it all black. I'm not too worried about getting extra paint and stuff in here. I'm actually going to come back with a brush and get the spot I really can't get with the marker. So I got my brush. I didn't dip it in any paint, I'm just using the paint that's already here. If you're not getting enough paint, you just put a bunch of paint in there like I just did. This thing's got way too much paint on it, so if you're good with a brush, you can try to drag a straight edge with the brush where you want the paint to go. Or the other option is you tape off like these outside edges. Let me make sure you can see where I'm pointing here. The other option is you tape off these outside edges, right? And where you want it to end, and then spray paint this whole thing black. And then what you're going to do afterwards is you're going to take your buffing pad and go straight across, or you're going to take sandpaper on a block, that's something nice and flat, and then you can sand all the top edge off and then buff this all back out, and it'll be shiny just like this. The problem is it puts a bunch of compound and all kinds of stuff down in your paint, and if you're impatient like me and your paint's not fully dry, well, you just messed it up. I say impatient as I'm taking 3 hours of paints and valve covers, but you know, I'm making this how I want it. Now I know I got some paint on this top edge. I'm gonna put some thinner on a rag. Now when you're cleaning this edge, you want to go the full length of it. Because if you're taking any paint off this top edge, it'll make it even all the way through. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm just going to continue that all the way through the rest of it. I already did this. Kind of seen on the other side. Same kind of deal. I'm going to come back and touch this one up a little. This side's mostly done. I'm going to figure out what I want to do here on the edges. Kind of bled under the tape. But I might round the edges. I don't know. We'll come back to that. So that's how to paint your valve covers, basically. Just going to keep on going like that. I have no idea if this paint's going to bake off eventually or fall off because I really didn't sand any of these edges. Whatever. It's just going to get done and look great. Alright. Valve covers are done. I think it turned out pretty freaking awesome. Got this done. Oh yeah. We have no power. So excuse the generators running in the background. It is time for this thing to go home. The cool part about Cadillacs is the transmission is so far forward, we shouldn't even have to worry about that distributor. It's time to put this thing in. Just gotta find some help, and let's get to it. We're in. Just a little massaging. One big block swapped Hearse. Bag in action. Well, big block Chevy swapped Hearse. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. Or, hang on, I'll lift this one this time. So don't drag that across the face. I know we're not used to this painted stuff. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten all this stuff up that we just put in. And then carburetor, headers, plugs, wires, wiring, power steering. Hopefully hear this thing run here in a little bit. That would be sweet. We have power. Look at this. Lights. Craziness, I know. We're going to put this back on the ground. We're actually going to push it back next door where we normally work on stuff like this. We can get back to the regular work we do, which is detailing cars. Well, we built this with the big block in it, so I think sitting this back on the ground ain't gonna be no drama. I don't think it's gonna sack the springs out or anything crazy, but we'll see. Yes. Set a little lower. Just fine. Who knew Crown Vic suspension could handle a 68 Cadillac Hearse and a big block Chevy? And really, we're actually close to starting this thing again. So, I just threw the carburetor on. Distributor's already in. It's already timed. I already got the front accessories on. I just got a power steering pump to put on. I'm going to not hook it up right now because we got to get a line made to go from the Chevy power steering pump to there. And then headers, spark plugs, starter, a couple other small piddly things, and we're running. Radiator, obviously. Alright, we're over here on the other side of the shop. I've been just fiddling around with some stuff. And move my temperature gauge over to here because of where fuel outlet is. And this side we're going to have to run all the way over to there with this hose. I painted the fitting I got for right here. Kind of figuring out some wiring. Like enough. Stock 68 Cadillac wiring harness. Plugged right into my alternator. So I just got to hook that up to there. It runs down and around and back down to here. Figured out this is my start. And then these two go to the battery to make everything work. I just got these two mystery wires. And then all this over here, which we don't need. Pretty sure this is all AC stuff. So I'm not going to cut it off quite yet. I'm just going to kind of tape it all up and hide it away until I figure out exactly what it is. It's nothing we need, but I don't really like cutting stuff out of a wiring harness, so I don't have to. But we're up in there. Next thing we're going to do is try to make some headers fit and see about starter fitting. It's actually pretty close to running. If I get the starter on, the headers on. Gotta figure out my power steering still. I can run all my spark plug wires. I mean, a lot of things are hooked up. Gotta fix a couple wiring issues, like that quality repair, and we got a bare wire there. Nothing too out of the ordinary for old cars, but this wiring harness was way less hacked up than the old one. Cooking along, my dad's got a lot done on the interior. All the wood paneling is done. Making the pieces to go up into here. Where these are going to all get covered in fabric. Making the pieces for up there. Which we got the whole divide out of the car. Started mocking up some subwoofers for up in there. So next step is getting the headers in. I'm figuring out if these are going to work. or if we have to go to the old ones. There, I grabbed an old one to compare. See, they're pretty similar to each other. But I know those fit for sure. We'll see if these fit. Fingers crossed.
This river runs wide, it's green and dry. Every time that I screwed up, I wait for you to die. You call me the devil, you call me a saint. This green river runs and it runs with your fate. I'm so damn twisted, and you know why. My brain's been evicted, and my conscience just died. Now we lay you down in your vessel of doom. There's no saving you now from the river.
Sweet, this side works because it doesn't hit anything. There's plenty of room for the starter. I guess I should try this side before I put some bolts on the other side. Since the driver's side has more to go around. I think I'm gonna have to cut the gear off that transmission one. I think this side's gonna work, but it has to go up higher. This might be a little sketchy. Alright, before we try that, let's try this one. Yeah, it's just gotta go up higher. The car. This header being here is what's different. Need to be like in here. Come back to here and lean it over and make a pipe to connect to there. I hate to cut up a brand new set of headers, but they would probably work then. I mean, this one's got a little in the back. If you look, this header comes back and crosses over, and this one goes straight down into there. Man, these are not so good headers, but It solves a bunch of issues because this flange I have flanges for. This flange I have flanges for, that flange I don't. Oh, let me do some thinking. Figuring, I'll let you know. Probably gonna have to paint them if I'm gonna use these rusty things too. Yeah, that sucks. My dad hard at work, sanding the roof. Alright, update time. It's been a while. I've just really had to get it done. It's now Friday. It's the day before Hurstfest. And boom. Motor in and done. Ish, I guess. Got spark plug wires all ran all nice. Headers on. Did the oil change. Got my belts on. Radiators is ratchet strapped in for now. We're going to have to do something different because these fans are too big with the mounting system. If this works and the hood goes on, and then we'll go ahead and make some mounts to go to that. It'll be fine, lean forward a little bit. Had to make some radiator hoses. This is actually an LS upper hose that I cut down there. I added that piece of pipe right there. Piece of aluminum, I flared the ends. It's clamped. I just did a lot. Really, we're ready to hit the key and see if this thing fires up, check some fluids, and hit the road. The back's all stained, looking like a boat. Yeah. We're not going to have door panels, or we might have door panels. We might have a back divide. I don't know what we're going to have for Hearsefest, but let's fire this thing up, see how it runs, and hit the road, because my motor builder wants me to drive it for like 20 minutes, do like a second break-in on it. Fun, fun. Alright, first start up in the car. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah. Put up plenty of fuel. Look at the wire on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wiggle it back around. It had 12 for a second. 12.4.
Yeah, packing for the distributor.
No, well, that's spun off.
You didn't move that at all, huh?
No. Didn't touch the distributor. That's
Got hooked up. Motor in there.
yeah.
Get spark your spark plug. No spark.
Huh. Is this losing power when we're cranking?
Huh?
Is this losing power when I'm cranking it?
No.
Drops down to 10.495.
Is it still got power now?
12.4.
Oh. Alright.
Wiring harness, huh?
Yep. Can't get the right amount of power going to the distributor when we're cranking it over, so I got my exciter wire off my old alternator and we just rigged it up. And it's gonna start now. Some electrical tape.
Well, start it first.
Well,
Oh, for that one there. I'm just gonna. Wrap it around the wires too.
it's really not big enough wire, but get me through a test drive.
Them there gonna short out. Nothing there hot gonna short out.
I don't think so.
Isn't this the old one?
No. I don't know what that goes to. I used to run the lights off of it. When it starts, just look for leaks and then check transmission fluid. Shut it back off, put the air cleaner back on, and then go. Oh, we gotta check the tires too.
Did you hook it back up?
What the heck?
What you didn't tighten up?
Leaks.
What didn't you tighten up?
I don't know. It just dumped out a bunch of oil.
Sure the f did.
Where's that coming from?
How did you get the fucking jacket figured out? Get some fucking cat litter first. Ain't no fucking sense in hurrying.
It's coming out of the oil filter.
Well, did you get it tight?
Yeah, I got it tight.
Did it have a gasket on it?
Yeah, it had a gasket on it.
Did you put a hole in it?
I used my hand. I don't know how he put a hole in it.
Well, you pulled it out. Is it brand new?
It's brand new. Big mess. Coming right out of the oil filter. Well, when you double gasket it, it really doesn't work. The crappy part is I looked at the filter after I pulled it off to make sure that when there's no metal or anything coming out of it, it never registered in my head that the O-ring was in there. So, yeah. Now that I made a mess and I lost all my oil, I'm going to the store and get more. Back in a few to try this all over again. Alright, got oil back in it. Let's try to start it again. Got good oil pressure. Keeping it off idle. Alright, here we go. First drive with the big block Chevy. The headers burned in. I'm actually at the gas station, which is like, I don't know, 1,000 feet from my shop. Filled up more gas. Keep an eye on the temperature gauge here, which I forgot to fix. We're hanging a little low. Couple things, you know, that's my fuse panel flapping around. Need to kind of do something with it so it doesn't melt. But we're gonna keep an eye on oil pressure, temperature. Put about 20 minutes on this motor, and then if everything goes good, we're good to go. No power steering thing's a thing though. Whole thing is to keep it up, revved up. We don't need to be like stretching it out, but we don't need it to be idling. Gives us a good baseline to tune it. I can tell there's something going on a little with the lower range. We definitely have a little tuning to do. Are we leaking anything?
Don't smell anything.
Other than them headers cooking.
Smells a lot of new stuff. Yeah.
That black, just regular spray paint did not work on them headers.
Oh, that was regular paint?
Yeah.
Like when you just left, you mean? Or?
Yep, this one isn't.
Wow, everything's brand new in this.
It's a brand new motor. I think that spark plug wire is kind of hanging off. Because this header isn't as hot as that, all the rest of them.
Oh. I guess that's a good way to test it, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
I never thought of that.
Could be why it was sounded fluttery on the way here. Let's see if I can fix it.
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? I love these guys. And they light up.
Oh, we're dripping coolant.
have any help with that interior?
We're dripping coolant.
Are we?
Yep. Right here.
You know where it's coming out of?
Yep, right here. And probably just a loose clamp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not the radio.
Yeah, you got a flat. Alright, let's see how it goes with that wire fixed. I was also having a fan issue. I think it got a little warm, but I don't think it was over too warm. first drive of success came to an end when I stopped at the bank and I shut it off. And the battery's dead. Perfect. But it's running better now. Just need to be driven. Fix that spark plug wire. Definitely firing on all 8. It's really close to being there. Really got to get a temperature gauge. I don't know if I don't think it's hot because it's not pushing anything out the cap, but we're here waiting for a jump. Alright, we made it to Hurstfest. I had to skip a bunch. There was so much going on. I'm just thankful that we made it and the car runs and drives. Let's check out some hearses, but first, the hearse is a lot more done than I ever expected it. We got door panels on. My dad did an awesome job with this freaking wood. Got it all stained. It just turned out great. My dad and my wife really kicked butt on it the night before. I mean, Friday was a windstorm of just work. It was crazy. We threw this cover over top of this nasty seat to make it look better. Check out this front end. That's the way it looked. Now look at it. So much better. I had to go to Chicago to get all that chrome. Big block looking good. That orange and the black popping just the way I wanted it to. It turned out amazing. Better than I thought it was going to be. 100%. We got it shined back up. Got all the dust kicked off of it. Looking good for Hearsefest. But you've never been to Hearsefest. Happens the third Saturday in September. It's a fun time. You should make the trip. Come on out and check it out, and you'll see me there.
Your bed, slide into my web. I put my
made it this far in this video, I really appreciate you watching the entire thing. You're a real true fan, and I know the people that are, and I very much appreciate it. This ain't the end of this video, though. Let's get some shots of this thing driving on the road. We got a long ways to go on this hearse. We're about 3/4, half done on it. We got a lot more interior work to do. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up on it. Got skulls to put on it, fender skirts to make, airbag in it. But God bless you. Enjoy this next part, and then I'll see you next time.